Alright, we're going to look at another finding the x and y intercepts of a parabola. So you were looking at this particular function x squared minus 0.1x minus 54.02. And we may or may not be able to factor it. This one may be difficult to factor. So let's go ahead and maybe try to use the quadratic formula when we're looking for the x-intercepts. We'll go ahead and find the y-intercept first. And to find the y-intercept, we're just going to plug 0 in for x. And we'll go ahead and do that. And we'll have minus 54.02 as our y-intercept for this particular graph. Okay, so that wasn't too bad. Now what we'll do is we're going to plug in the 0 in for y this time. Well, there's no y. Y is f of x. So remember, y is f of x. And so the whole entirety of f of x is going to be replaced with 0. Okay. So 0 is going to be equal to x squared minus 0.1x minus 54.02. This may or may not be factorable. So let's just go ahead and use the quadratic formula. So x is equal to negative b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. And so in this case, the coefficient on x squared is 1, so the a is 1, the b is negative 0.1, and then the c is negative 54.02. So remember, there's a negative sign that comes with the b in the formula, so some like to say it's opposite of b. I just put the negative sign, so it's going to be negative 0.1 plus or minus the square root of negative 0.1 squared minus 4 times 1 times negative 54.02 all over 2 times 1. And what I did is I threw the radic and all this junk. I went ahead and threw that in the calculator to figure out what that was. And it was 216.09 all over 2. And we're going to go ahead and continue working that. Then what I did is I threw the 216.09 into my calculator to see what I got. So we got 0.1 plus or minus 14.7 all over 2. So it happened to be, I guess, a perfect square in the sense that we didn't get an irrational number where we just have this decimal expansion that doesn't repeat and doesn't end. So this one is actually pretty nice. And now we just need to split it up into 2. So 0.1 plus 14.7 is going to be 14.8, and then we're going to divide that by 2, and we get 7.4. Or if we take 0.1 and subtract from it 14.7, that's going to be negative 14.6, and then we'll divide that by 2. And that's going to give us negative 7.3. And those are your two x-intercepts there. Okay.